Hello everybody, we're doing a weird stream tonight. We're doing a very bizarre stream. We're playing we're playing DS games. I was kind of semi-inspired by a friend Yasu who has been streaming GBA shovelware. And I thought, well, I played a lot of DS shovelware games. I think I'm gonna play some of those. So I have played DS games in the past, and we're gonna do it again for today. So this is weird. We're playing FPS games for the Nintendo DS, and you may be thinking to yourself, were there many Nintendo FPS DS games? And apparently there were a few. I currently have 8 selected. Half of them are Call of Duties. Half of them are Call of Duty spin-offs. I don't know how that's gonna work. There's like 3 I have that aren't Call of Duty, and only 2 of those 3 aren't owned by Activision. So like Activision just has a stranglehold on the DS FPS market. I kind of want to start off with something non-Call of Duty and then maybe like sparse it out.
Yo, Paraka.
Let's get into it. Let's play. Let's play some game. Sky Temple, Berry Machine. Also, there's a lot of levels in this. All right, this is the game. It's weird that they'd make a Bionicle FPS game. That's weird to me. Bionicle Heroes was a third-person shooter, so I would have expected something a little more like 3D platformer maybe. So far, I've noticed I actually quite like how they've implemented these Bionicle designs in 3D. I played a little bit of this earlier. I actually really like those low poly Lego designs because these are real Bionicle. Like these are real toys. So playing this is kind of fun. Although there is no purpose to any of this. Like we're fighting enemies from completely different eras. I don't think there's a logical explanation for what's going on. I never had as many Bionicle as I wanted. Like I had a few figures. But by the time I had like enough pocket money to buy them, the Bionicle brand was pretty much dead. They came out with a Wave 2 a few years back and that failed. Okay, so I have infinite health and infinite ammo. How is there no challenge to this game? I guess it was made for kids. What am I saying? It's actually kind of sad that there weren't a lot of awesome Bionicle games. I always thought that Bionicle as a property makes a lot more sense to have really cool games. Like as opposed to something like Lego Star Wars. Just because Bionicle has a huge lore and background. There was the canceled Bionicle game, I think it was called Legend of Mata Nui, and that was the one that a lot of fans came together and basically rebuilt from the ground up. Like they managed to get the old forgotten code of the game and they made it work on modern operating systems, which is fucking incredible. I've played a little bit of that, and it's fun for what it is, which is this weird little Bionicle game. But there's so much more could be done with the Bionicle brand, and Lego has just kind of squandered it. Yeah, I will say it's weird how little attention Bionicle has gotten from Lego, even though as a brand, it literally pulled them out of financial crisis. There's so much lore to Bionicle, I think it would make for a perfect MMO or something, or like even a TV show. If they made it like a 3D animated TV show, it would have to be this huge, epic. If you can tell, I actually quite like Bionicle. I like what it represents and what it stands for. I love the storytelling. I wonder if anyone even remembers this game. Really not. I actually really like how these guys are modeled and animated. Like these look, this is cool. They look like actual figures, but done in a weird pseudo 5th gen PS1 N64 art style. Low poly pixelated textures. But yeah, I'm actually I could see myself as Kid Andy could absolutely have fun with this game. This is not the worst game we've played. But yeah, honestly, as a just Bionicle nerd, if I played this as a kid, I wouldn't care about how lame it was. I would just be having fun. It's like, oh my god, it's a Borak. That's a Rakshi. I'm having more fun with it than I thought I would, and that's mainly just because I'm going down memory road with Bionicle. Wow, look at that vista. I wonder what the process for developing a DS game was like. Like, surely it must have just been just a nightmare trying to get it working, like trying to optimize it to be like, okay, we have no power. How can we get this working on a buttery smooth 30/60 frames per second? But yeah, I remember Download and Play. That was actually the best part of the DS, because if you owned a game that no one else did, you all of a sudden became the popular kid in school. Me and my cousin were the two kids who owned Metroid Prime Hunters. So every fucking kid who had never played an FPS game before wanted to play this game. So we were like the popular kids in school because everyone would have to download and play off of us. So I still think about that. Yeah, it's sad how I know all of the lore behind each of these guys. Like I know the Vaki. I know that they're police robots that were built by Makuta when he was pretending to. Basically, they were stormtroopers, and Makuta was pretending to be like Emperor Palpatine. Like that's literally what was going on. He was pretending to be the leader of the Matoran society, but he was actually evil. He was an evil demon person. Yeah, this is definitely like a game that's just a time waster. Like, it's not complicated. You just walk through the same rooms and corridors. You blow people up. It's just kinda fun. Game has more than 5 entries on the screen. Leg. You gotta remember, Lazy Fox, a DS is literally an N64 but scaled down. It's like an N64 with slightly better 3D modeling. Like it can allow for a few more polygons and a few more layers, but it's shrunk to the size of a DS. I think a 3DS was a lot more powerful, but the original DS was just a piece of garbage. I love the DS. I'll be honest about that. I love it. I grew up with it, but that is tech-wise, that is a piece of shit. But yeah, this is apparently one of the... I keep saying one of the best FPS games. There were only like 5. Yeah, this is Moon. Best FPS on the DS. But we're going to figure that out ourselves. Alright, we're in the game. This actually looks kind of cool. Anyway, these controls are fucked. Because I have to click in this window and drag around to look around. That's how I'm aiming. So this is actually a nightmare. But hopefully things don't turn out to be that bad. This is running really well. Like I can't describe to you guys how weird this feels. Like it's running at a full 60. It doesn't feel like a DS game. It feels like a really old, like, I won't even say a 90s shooter. Like this feels like a retro throwback game, like intentionally so. This is weird. I was expecting a little more from this game. It's kind of severely lacking in the combat department. Well, honestly, like Bionicle Heroes had better gunplay than this. This is actually kind of reminding me of Descent. Like you have the low poly pixelated look. You have these like floating sentry drones. Like this kind of looks like Descent. Giving me the same vibes. I'll be honest, I kind of miss the DS. I kind of wish. I know, and we've talked about this on stream before, Nintendo is just going to stick with the Switch. Like, the next Nintendo console will just be another Switch. It'll be the Switch 2. I kind of wish Nintendo would go back and make another DS. Like, make us the 4DS or something. Make a DS2. Make another DS. I want to see that. Maybe put another analog stick on it, or another circle pad. That would be the perfect DS. I will say, like, playing the original DS is actually a lot more comfortable to play for me than the 3DS with the circle pad, because the original it's basically like it has SNES button layout. It's like it's evenly aligned, the D-pad and the 4 buttons. Like the original DS, it works. It's a D-pad and 4 buttons. Can't go wrong there. The 3DS with the circle pad had to kind of, the circle pad is like off center compared to the other buttons, and it doesn't work at all. So like playing 3DS games is really uncomfortable for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's just that circle pad is just a little too high up and the 4 buttons are a little too far down. Which is why I think they should add in another circle pad on the right side to even it out. Yeah. I remember everyone made fun of them when the 3DS came out and only had 1 analog stick. It's not even technically an analog stick, it's a circle pad. But the PlayStation Vita had 2 analog sticks, but no one talks about the Vita. That one didn't sell. And I think we're just about to quit this game and move to something else. The moon's dangerous. It's actually really spooky here. And it's full of alien robots, which a lot of people don't know. This is really hard. This is really hard to aim, and I have to aim precisely. Are you fucking kidding me? I'll make a save state if I ever want to come back to it, but I'm probably not. I think we're done with this game. So these games actually came with multiplayer, and they came with online multiplayer too. We have zombie places. Let's do house. Yeah, so the frame rate is fucking god awful. Do you guys remember Call of Duty Zombies on mobile? Do you guys remember that? Oh my god. This is so bad to play. Why is this so laggy? Like, why were the other games running really well and this one is just the one? Yeah, it's Black Ops made for the N64. Oh, there's not even a sound effect. I died. You're overwhelmed. What the fuck was that? Think of what I'm saying. I don't know if it's even worth trying to aim down sights because it's so hard. It's so difficult. You guys have no idea. By the way, people tuning in are going to think I'm fucking crazy for playing this game instead of actual Black Ops. They're probably wondering what the hell's going on. You probably ordered this game creation on the grounds that DS is popular. That's literally what happened. For whatever reason, I've heard good things about these Call of Duty ports though. Like, I've heard that they are very polished DS games. I won't deny that they have a lot of content. Like they actually have quite a bit of content here. Like this is a full zombies mode. Like that's pretty cool. Come on, we're doing this. I could easily see this game on a modern app store. That's what I'm saying. There were better games like this on the app store. This is so shit. This is the worst. This might be the worst game I've ever played on a stream. It just might be. Look how much health I have. Like, they know that there's no, like, balance in this game. Which is what's hilarious about it. Also, the audio is really bad, so I'm tempted to just cut my losses. Oh my god, I have to back up twice to do it. They still saw me. Push the aim down sights button to go into ADS mode. Oh, I can sneak above cover. Look, I'm such a silent, stealthy spy. Everyone knows where I am. Yeah, why is the audio so glitchy? I remember Prime Hunters had this problem in cinematics, where it'd be very glitchy, but it was never this bad. But yeah, we're basically playing GoldenEye. We're like playing N64 GoldenEye. I love how there's just no stealth anymore. God, this is such a shit gun. Holy shit. My god, the frame rate. The frame rate is so bad. It's like I'm playing Minecraft right now with how pixelated everything is. God, this is shitty. I'm actually curious. Do you think they use like the original N64 like models and textures and stuff for this? Like, would they be that blatant? It'd be actually kind of funny. Honestly, I'd much prefer that, like a genuine just GoldenEye port. Oh my god, why is a gun like this so inaccurate? What's the point? What's the point of a gun if it's this bad? Oh, I switched to... Oh, because I'm out of ammo. I love... It's like that Weird Al meme where he's Rambo and the guy's shooting at him. He's like firing bullets into him. He takes such a long time in like aiming his bow and blowing him up. It's genuinely what this feels like. Can I even take damage here? I can, but it's very little. I think it replenishes too. Someone had to work crunch for these games, and I feel really depressed about it. One of these guys. Do you see this? Do you fucking see that spread? I have to like run into them. They all died to a fire extinguisher, by the way. I want to point that out. In case people didn't notice. I like how I can just walk through. Like there's no... There is no challenge here. Oh my god, the frame rate has took a nosedive. As if you, like, as if it wasn't running worse enough. This is running, guys, this is running on 12 frames a second, by the way, in case you're wondering. Like, his frame rate there doesn't look too bad. Like, look at the way he's animated. Like, it's actually pretty good. Oh my god, look at that James Bond. Yeah, I think he's meant to be Daniel Craig. Because they went through GoldenEye and replaced Pierce Brosnan with Daniel Craig, which is weird. That was a really weird decision. And then they did the same thing with the some of the other James Bond movies that they adapted into games. Probably just because Daniel Craig was easy to get for voice acting. I don't know. That was that was 007 GoldenEye. What a crappy game. That was a crappy note to end the night on. But I just didn't want to keep on. I didn't want to continue it. Otherwise, thanks everybody for stopping by. You guys gave me a really fun Thursday evening playing a bunch of shit games.